You're watching Virginia This Morning.
Welcome back. Our next guest is a successful professional who is also the founder of a concierge staffing agency that helps busy families with everyday day-to-day tasks. She also has a new book out called Chief Executive Mom, Run Your Home Like You Mean Business. And we welcome Jennifer Lopez.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you. It's great to see you. Thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure. It's been so fun talking with you getting started. I've peeked through the book and already so inspired.
Thank you.
It's, you know, you're right on target. Run your home like you mean business.
Absolutely, 100%. So before I even got into business, I was already running my home. And then when I saw what it was getting into business, I realized it's not anything special I'm doing. This is something that can be applied to all households, and to talk to moms about it and let them know how to systemize their home. That's really what the message is.
I mean, this is great. It's like a pocket-sized manual to get this thing going. And
really is.
you know, you tackle it all. You really do. But most importantly, it seems you've got to get everybody engaged.
So number one, what I would encourage is for mom to really buy into it herself and realize that being a mom is a wonderful chapter, but being a mom isn't the only chapter. And so really figuring out what that passion is, and then moving forward to systemize the house, and really engage the team through training and development, get them on board, and you know, it makes for a really happy and productive work environment.
It makes sense, and it sounds like, yes, we get everybody on board. You've got a working team to make all of this happen.
Yes.
But for friends that are watching right now saying, I don't even know where to begin.
Yes.
Like, how do I even take
Absolutely.
this first step?
So for your mom viewers at home, number one, you have to decide and determine what your pain point is in the home. What is the number one thing that's bogging you down? I'll give you the example of a bedroom, right? Kids have a hard time with their bedrooms. When you tell a kid, you know, can you go clean your bedroom? That seems like a large and daunting task. So what you want to do is break that down into simple, easily executable tasks. So what we'll do is say insides, outsides, and invisibles. Clean the insides of your drawers, make sure your room is tidy, and then get at those germs. And by really, you know, hammering down what those simple things are, it makes them very easily, you know, able to be done.
And another area that just really resonated with me in so many ways is the kitchen.
Yes.
When you get the team on board, mom no longer has to be, mom or dad, doesn't have to be short order
100%.
cook.
So a kitchen, being in charge of the kitchen, it is a 4-part full-time job. And just because mom oversees the kitchen doesn't mean that mom has to do everything in the kitchen. I mean, the meal planning can be delegated out, food shopping can be delegated, cooking can be delegated out. So these are all areas in the home where, again, once they are broken down into smaller, simplified tasks, anyone in the household can do it.
And you're even drilling down into advice of how to get them to eat what we're making. So what is, if you answer this one question for me and it works, I mean, that's it.
It's not what we're making, it's what they're making. The kitchen to kids is like a great science experiment. So as long as you're getting them in there and educating them on what those ingredients are, and then you just kind of say, here, what do you want to make with it? How do you want to try it? You'd be surprised. They'll taste test, they'll want to serve you what they've made. I mean, kids want to be a part of the success of the household, and so when they have that pride in serving you the first dish, they want to have a bite of it too, and it's not always going to be, you know, chicken nuggets like everyone thinks. They will get in there with the greens and ingredients.
And you're doing a great deal of service by engaging them in this way, right? That responsibility is key.
Absolutely, and responsibility, it is never too soon to start because responsibility is a habit. And so sometimes we wonder why, you know, our kids don't grow into being responsible. Well, we're not instilling it in them at such a young age. And when you give someone a job, you know, even at 2 years old, if I say, hey, can you wash these berries? And they do, you want to follow up with the accountability piece, recognition, and they feel that sense of success, you know, just as we do when we're adults.
It's challenging. It's challenging to make the commitment to start these systems. I mean, I think sometimes when I was reading about the kitchen component, well, it'll get messy, and then I have to clean that up, right? We stumble so much on getting started.
The great thing about kids is they're asking us to do that all the time. When they're, you know, at your elbow length, and you're saying, hey, can you excuse me? That's the perfect opportunity to get them engaged, you know, hold their hand, show them the way with a small training knife, get them the vegetables over to the sink to wash them. They are 100% capable, and you'd be surprised the results.
We started with making pancakes, and the youngest can now crack the egg and do it, and my oldest is still learning, which is interesting.
Yes.
But youngest has had more practice, and now it's something that she can do.
It is, and you know, I actually learned that with my third, because by the time you get to the third kid, I have 4 of them, by the time you get to the third, when they're asking for that glass of milk, they kind of have to hold on for a moment, and she just didn't want to. So she would go and pour herself, and the first couple of glasses spilled, and then she got the hang of it sooner than the rest of them. And so that's really when we started instilling, let's start young, let's get, you know, everyone, all hands on deck, and they love it. And it really, it leaves me time to take care of things like the business and other things.
Busy mom, businesswoman, author, homeschooled the kids. You have got it down. Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Thank you so much for having me.
Really appreciate it. Chief Executive Mom, we appreciate her being with us today. Be sure to pick up her new book, Chief Executive Mom, Run Your Home Like You Mean Business. It's now available. Right now, we're going to send it out to another friend who means business. He's outside and part of the UFO experience. Bill, how's it going out